In today's fast-paced world, we are surrounded by a relentless stream of information, messages, and digital chatter. The constant influx of notifications and updates can make it difficult to focus, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and distracted. Amid this noise, the search for genuine connection and clear understanding becomes increasingly challenging. Many people struggle to filter out what truly matters, often feeling isolated despite being more connected than ever before. Navigating this landscape requires intentional effort to find moments of clarity and meaningful interaction. As the volume of communication grows, so does the need to pause, reflect, and seek out authentic experiences. At the heart of this video lies an ancient Eastern proverb: "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." This simple yet profound saying invites us to reflect on the power of meaningful communication. In a world often overwhelmed by noise and constant chatter, the value of a single, sincere word becomes even more significant. Today, with information flowing faster than ever, it's easy to get lost in empty conversations and superficial exchanges. The proverb reminds us that true impact comes not from quantity, but from the quality and intent behind our words. Its message remains deeply relevant, encouraging us to seek peace and understanding in our interactions, both with ourselves and with others. Welcome to the channel. Here, we delve into the rich tapestry of ancient wisdom, uncovering insights that have stood the test of time. Our focus is on exploring how these age-old teachings can be thoughtfully applied to modern Western lifestyles. By bridging the gap between tradition and contemporary living, we aim to offer practical guidance and fresh perspectives. Whether you are seeking personal growth, balance, or a deeper understanding of the world around you, this channel provides a space to learn and reflect. Join us as we journey through history and discover how ancient knowledge can enrich our everyday lives. The main proverb we will explore is, "Speech is silver, silence is golden." In Vietnamese, this is expressed as "Loi noi la bach, im lang la vang." This saying emphasizes the importance of knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, suggesting that silence can often be more valuable than words. Interestingly, a similar sentiment is found in Chinese culture with the saying "Chen mo shi jin," which translates to "silence is golden." Both proverbs highlight the wisdom of choosing silence over unnecessary or empty words, reflecting a shared appreciation for thoughtful communication across cultures. The proverb finds its philosophical foundation in Buddhist teachings, particularly within the concept of right speech. As one of the elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, right speech emphasizes the ethical use of words and communication. Buddhist scripture outlines 4 essential criteria for speech to be considered right. It must be truthful, gentle, beneficial, and timely. These guidelines encourage individuals to speak honestly without causing harm, to choose words that foster understanding, and to communicate in ways that contribute positively to others. By adhering to these principles, practitioners aim to cultivate harmony and reduce suffering in their interactions. The proverb thus reflects a deep commitment to mindful and compassionate communication rooted in centuries-old wisdom. Hollow words are those that lack sincerity, integrity, or purpose. They often arise from motives such as deceit, malice, or carelessness, and can violate the principles of right speech by causing confusion, harm, or discord. In contrast, words that bring peace are rooted in truth, compassion, and wisdom. These words are spoken with mindfulness and genuine intent, fostering understanding and harmony among listeners. While hollow words may sound pleasant or convincing on the surface, they ultimately fail to nurture trust or well-being. Words that embody right speech, however, have the power to heal, unite, and inspire, reflecting the speaker's commitment to honesty and kindness. The flower sermon is a well-known story in Zen Buddhism that beautifully illustrates the power of silence and direct understanding. According to tradition, the Buddha once gathered his disciples and silently held up a single flower. While most remained puzzled, only Mahakashyapa smiled, signifying his grasp of the Buddha's unspoken message. In this moment, the Buddha acknowledged Mahakashyapa's deep insight, marking him as his spiritual successor. The story suggests that true wisdom often transcends words and explanations. Sometimes, silence can communicate more profoundly than speech, inviting us to experience understanding directly rather than through elaborate discussion. The flower sermon stands as a profound moment in Buddhist history, where the Buddha simply held up a flower before his disciples and remained silent. This gesture, devoid of any spoken explanation, conveyed a truth that words could not capture. Only Mahakashyapa smiled, recognizing the direct transmission of insight beyond language. The sermon illustrates how understanding can arise from presence and intuition, rather than intellectual analysis. It emphasizes that some truths are too subtle or vast for verbal expression and must be experienced directly. Through this silent teaching, the flower sermon became a cornerstone for Zen Buddhism, highlighting the power of nonverbal communication in spiritual awakening. It is a common misconception that the proverb suggests we should remain passive or silent in all situations. In reality, the saying emphasizes the value of thoughtful communication rather than discouraging expression altogether. Speaking up with purpose and integrity often requires courage and active engagement. Meaningful speech can challenge injustices, inspire change, and foster understanding. The proverb encourages us to weigh our words carefully, not to avoid speaking out when it matters. Silence is not always the best course. Sometimes, voicing our thoughts is the most responsible and impactful choice. Silence can hold great value, but only when it is chosen with mindfulness and purpose. When we pause to reflect, listen deeply, or allow space for others, silence becomes a powerful tool for understanding and connection. However, silence loses its worth when it arises from fear, complicity, or indifference. In such cases, remaining quiet can enable harm or signal acceptance of injustice. True value in silence comes from intention, not avoidance. It is important to recognize the difference and choose our silences wisely. In modern Western society, the proverb takes on new significance as social media platforms and corporate environments frequently showcase words that lack genuine substance. Online, individuals and organizations often present curated images and statements designed to impress or persuade, yet these messages can be superficial or misleading. Corporate culture, too, sometimes prioritizes catchy slogans and public relations over meaningful action. As a result, hollow words are amplified, spreading quickly and shaping perceptions without necessarily reflecting reality. This dynamic can lead to skepticism and a growing awareness of the gap between what is said and what is truly meant or done. The proverb serves as a reminder to look beyond appearances and seek authenticity in communication. The proverb encourages us to reflect on the value of our words before speaking. It suggests that true communication is not simply about being heard or responding quickly, but about conveying messages that are thoughtful and sincere. By prioritizing meaningful and truthful exchanges, we foster deeper understanding and trust in our relationships. The urge to react instantly or dominate conversations can often lead to misunderstandings or superficial dialogue. Instead, the proverb challenges us to pause, consider our intentions, and ensure our words carry genuine significance. In doing so, we contribute to more authentic and constructive interactions with others. To incorporate this wisdom into your daily life, begin by practicing intentional silence. Set aside moments each day to pause, reflect, and allow your thoughts to settle before responding. When you do speak, use the 3 gates filter. Ask yourself if what you are about to say is true, necessary, and kind. This simple check can transform your interactions and foster more thoughtful communication. Additionally, seek out the one word or phrase that brings you personal peace, whether it's gratitude, patience, or another calming mantra, and return to it whenever you feel unsettled. By combining these practices, you create space for mindfulness and cultivate a more peaceful environment for yourself and those around you. Take a moment to think about the single word or brief silence that has brought you a sense of calm. Perhaps it was a moment when everything paused, or a word that resonated deeply and helped you find clarity. These small experiences can have a powerful impact on our well-being. Reflect on how they made you feel and why they stood out to you. Sharing these moments can help others discover their own sources of peace. Consider what that word or silence means to you and how it continues to influence your life. In closing, it's important to recognize the profound impact that both meaningful speech and mindful silence can have on our lives. Thoughtful words can inspire, comfort, and connect us, while moments of quiet reflection allow for deeper understanding and personal growth. By balancing what we say with when we choose to listen, we create space for empathy and wisdom. May you carry this awareness into the days ahead, embracing both conversation and contemplation. Wishing you a peaceful and thoughtful week.